Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Luis and welcome to the live stream. It's 11:56 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, so today is May 19. We almost at May 20. Wow, May 20. Jeez. All right, time is flying really quick here, guys. So today's news, we're going to talk about an emergency drill. Emergency drill. This is like the first ever. And I'm talking about the solar emergency drill. That's the first time hearing something like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are actually having some kind of emergency solar drill. All right, so the sun is erupting like never before. I mean, this thing is blowing some solar flares. And I want to bring something up really quick here. If you can, please share this video. Let me just turn the camera so you guys have a better view. Okay, so here we go. The US just ran a solar storm emergency drill. The real deal will be a catastrophe. So guys, it seems like the world is preparing. The sun is erupting. There was a massive black spot in the sun. It's actually a black hole. A black hole in the sun. All right. And I think BP Earthwatch actually talked about that earlier today. So you have the US, they doing their solar emergency drill because of the power grid, the satellites, the GPS. So this is the real deal. All right. So let me just turn this camera around. So it says here, U.S. agency are conducting solar storm emergency drills today, while scientists, enthusiasts, and aurora borealis photographers argue with me that the CME didn't cause the blackout in more than 6 countries over the past month. All right, so we're gonna get to all this here, guys. I want to bring something up too. Give me a second here. All right, so I want to bring up this news article here. The U.S. just ran. Give me a second. I actually apologize. I'm going to have to close some of these advertisements here, guys. There we go. Nope. There we go. So the U.S. just ran a solar storm emergency drill, and the real deal will be catastrophe. All right. So you guys know the sun is erupting. There will be signs in the sun, in the moon, and in the stars. All right. So again, we are definitely seeing Bible prophecy at work. Give me a second here, guys. Okay. So a unique multi-agency exercise showed how ill prepared we are for unfavorable space weather. And this is the first time, I think. This is the first time we're having a drill because of the sun. All right, so a group of participants from several U.S. agencies, they took part in a first-of-its-kind exercise that tested their preparedness for a severe solar storm, revealing major cracks in scientists' ability to forecast space weather, which could put crucial system at risk. All right, so again, these scientists are preparing. They are getting ready for worst case scenario. I believe that the sun is showing some very disturbing signs. Very disturbing signs. And I want to show you a picture. When I'm done with this article, I want to show you a picture of the sun massive black hole. All right, so this thing is no joke. And like I said, guys, you can't run away from stuff like this. Absolutely, you cannot run away from stuff like this. The Space Operation Search and Mitigation Task Force, an interior agency group that includes the National Ocean and Atmospheric Administration and Department of Homeland Security, So you got some very important agency involved in this. Organize a space weather exercise aimed at better understanding the U.S. government preparedness for impending solar storm. The results were recently published in a report with heightened significant limitation in space weather forecast. Okay, so you have Department of Homeland Security, you have the NOAA, you have all these important U.S. agency, government agency, are coming together. I don't know, guys. I feel like they know something. They know something, and all these talk about bunkers now, all these talk about preparation. They know something. They know something is wrong here. So the exercise was held from May 8th to the 9th, 2024 at the Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Laboratory in Laurel, Maryland, and a federal emergency management, even have FEMA. So a lot of this stuff has been going on, guys. So once again, site in Denver, Colorado. The space weather scenario was organized into 4 models involving a series of solar events that resulted in adverse effects on our system on Earth and in space. The effect included radio communication, blackout, loss of GPS functionality, power outages, intense radiation exposure for astronauts and satellites, and an inability to track and communicate with orbiting satellites. Amazing, amazing times, amazing time, man. These stars are gonna fall from the heavens. A lot of these stars are gonna fall from the heavens, guys. Whoa. I don't know if that was a coyote, but something just crossed the street. It was it kind of spooked me a little bit. But anyways, yeah, the stars will fall from the heavens. Yeah, people want to keep committing, blaspheme. You want to keep mocking God. You want to keep mocking our Lord and Savior. You want to keep celebrating the abomination. Don't start running. Do not start running. Don't be going to the caves now. Don't be going to your bunkers. Don't be, again, people were hitting their chests, mocking God and everything, and committing all that abomination stuff. Don't be running. Do not run. Do not run. Don't run. Okay, so once again, some good news here. One of the models took place in the future, asking participants to imagine a hypothetical scenario taking place over 8 days in January and February of 2028. In a scenario, NOAA tracks an active region on the solar surface, that rotates to a position where it is pointed towards Earth. To make matters more complicated, a crew of 2 astronauts is en route to the moon aboard the Orion spacecraft, while another 2-person crew is already, okay, give me a second, is already on the lunar surface as part of the Artemis mission. The exercise asks participants to consider whether or organization has policy or protocols in place in case of a major space weather event. They are talking about the solar storm. So they're talking about the solar storm. So once again, for those of you that just tuned in, there was an emergency drill. All right, a solar emergency drill. All right, so the sun is increasing, is releasing massive solar flare, and there's all these signs of blackouts and outages and satellites and all that type of stuff. So the U.S. With the government agency FEMA and Department of Homeland Security and Space Weather Organization. They're coming together. They're trying to figure out some kind of preparation. But how do you prepare stuff like this? How again? This is a sun. This is the sun that we are dealing with. You cannot stop a massive light, this fireball sun. Again, you can't stop it. You can't stop it. I mean, you could sprinkle whatever you want in the atmosphere, but the Bible says that it's coming. Coincidentally, the largest geomagnetic storm in more than 20 years took place around the same time as the exercise. On May 10, 2024, a G5 or extreme geomagnetic storm hit Earth as a result of a large explosions of plasma from the sun's corona, also known as the coronal mass ejection. All right, so once again, guys, you guys get the picture here. They are, again, they just doing their drills. And let me just pull this one up really quick here for those of you that just tuned in. The US just ran a solar storm emergency drill. The real deal will be catastrophe. What's the real deal? Do they know something is coming? Do they know that the sun is going to release something very powerful? Well, I want to show you something really quick here. I want to show you something here. Once again, give this video a thumbs up and share the video. Thank you so much for your support. All right, so this is from BP. I'm not going to play the video. I just want to show you the picture really quick here. Just give me 1 second. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just waiting for the advertisement. So look at this one. All right, so there's been a lot of pictures going around, and I've been seeing a lot of these pictures of the sun, and it's kind of disturbing, guys. It is. Now the big question is, the CERN has a lot to do with this. The CERN has a lot to do with the sun. I believe so. Yes, I do. I believe so. Look, at the very end, man is the one that's going to destroy everything. God gave us a planet, and it was beautiful. I mean, God gave it to us brand new. Man destroys it. All right, so also, guys, I do have some more breaking news that's coming out. There was a Doomsday radio message. All right, so that's going to be my next video. A Doomsday radio message that was sent out today while Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin were on the phone for 2 hours. All right, so I think it was a Russian Doomsday radio. A lot of stuff is coming out today. All right, give me a second here, guys. I want to bring you some more information here. Okay, so I want to bring this up. All right, if you can, please share the video. UFO collides with US Air Force fighter jet over Arizona. That information came out, I think, well, that news broke out last year, but the information is coming out today. All right. So something took out a U.S. aircraft over in Arizona. All right. Now, I'm not saying it's aliens, but this is what on January 19th. Okay, so this was 20, but they released it not too long ago. They released it on May 9th. No, May. What was it? May 19th. Okay. On January 19, 2023, a U.S. Air Force F-16 Viper fighter jet collided with an unidentified aerial object over Arizona. Now, buried Goldwater Range, a vast desert, expands along the Arizona-Mexico border used for air-to-air and air-to-ground combat training. Now, it says here the incident detailed in a recent Federal Aviation Administration report involved an orange-white uncrewed aerial system, commonly known as a drone, striking the rear of the jets, the protective glass bubble shielding the pilot. So something hit our F-16 over Arizona. So something hit it. And it seems like, I guess it was a drone, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, that's a possibility. It might have been perhaps the cartels, because they do have their drones operating those areas. And believe again, U.S. General, they already spilled the beans on that. All right, so the cartels, they do have drones. The incident detailed in a recent Federal Aviation Administration report involved a orange-white uncrewed aerial system, commonly known as a drone, striking the rear of the jet. All right, so we're gonna skip that part. The impact cracked the canopy of the $63 million aircraft, forcing it to land for repairs. No injuries were reported, though the extent of the damage to the jet remains undisclosed. Yikes. The collision occurred in restricted airspace near Gila Bend, Arizona, a region increasingly associated with mysterious aerial phenomena. According to FAA documents, 3 additional sightings of unidentified aircraft were reported over the Barry Goldwater Range within a day of the incident. These events add to a growing body I truly apologize, I lost track here. These events add to a growing body of evidence suggesting Arizona is becoming a hotspot for UAP, the modern term for what were once called the UFOs. All right. So that's another breaking news there, guys. And God bless to every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. A lot of stuff is going on in America. All right. For those of you that just tuned in, again, I just talked about the sun solar emergency drill, which is something very, very important. And I want to show you something else here, guys. I want to show you this one here. This here is going to be my next video. The Doomsday radio station delivered the most eloquent message just before the talks between Putin and Donald. All right, so there was a Doomsday radio station. And this is not the first time. Again, I remember when Donald and Putin spoke over the phone. It was the first time. I think it was like an early spoke over the phone, And before they had that phone conference, there was a doomsday signal that was sent out. It was a Russian doomsday radio signal, and they did it again too. So it's kind of strange that Russia is putting out these messages. All right, so give me a second here. Carla Patterson, thank you so much for the 5 super chat. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Patterson. I used to live in Patterson, New Jersey. All right. So again, guys, this is where we at. So give me a second here. Let me just go inside. My wife was telling me something that it's like the new world order. All right. So something that is changing. All right. So give me a second here. I want to go inside. Bring you guys inside the house. Give me a second here. And there she goes. Yeah, I want you to tell them about the what you were telling me.
I don't know if I really can, because,
Oh yeah, because of the code words.
it's really,
Hold on, give me a second here. Let me just set up my chair.
I'm just really scared of the things that I'm
Give me a second here, guys.
listening to and thinking about.
All right.
Switch.
All right, so I'm at the studio room.
They can't see me, right?
Oh no, they can't see you. The wife never wants to be in front of the camera. Yeah. Okay, so you may want to come in this side, babe, so that way they could hear you. All right, so my wife was telling me about the what was it, like the digital? Everything is being transformed, and whatever stuff that we had in the past is being erased.
Well, I mean, it's scary because
I don't think they could hear you. So, um, so it's like a rewrite of history. Everything is being erased, and there is a new world system being put in place.
Well, I mean, it's been transitioning for a while now, but
Yeah.
I don't think we really, because we've kind of gotten used to the idea of everything. We kind of don't really worry about it, but it is pretty terrifying because there is a battle for our minds.
Now, I remember back in 1991 or 92, I think that was when Bush was president. And I'm not talking about George Bush, I'm talking about his dad, the one in 1990. I think he was the 41st president, and then Bill Clinton was the 42nd, and then George Bush was the 43rd, and then Obama was the 44th. All right, so the 41st president, he came out and gave a message saying that there would be a new world order. All right, so that's what we are seeing right now.
That's definitely been a slow process. It's rapidly increasing
Yeah.
lately.
Oh yeah.
But it's really, I don't know how much to say on here. But there's a guy that I would suggest people actually search up on YouTube
Mm-hmm.
after this, and he has a lot of really good videos on things that make you think about the transitional period which we're in, like artificial friends right now, AI, the elite college students who can't read books, burnout society. I mean, there's a big transitional period that we're coming into. Why we can't stop scrolling.
What?
Why we can't stop scrolling.
What is it, like an addiction to computers or?
Well, I mean, most people,
Yeah.
when you're on the computer, computer,
Yeah.
you are, you know, there's a competition, like not a competition, but there is there's a battle for your mind, right? You put on a video. Our attention span is so small that, and it has to do with videos. It has to do with things, with the scrolling with our phones, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, all of those things. There is a battle for our minds because there's so many things trying to grab our attention, and the way that the internet works is that it wants to keep you focused on there. So like for instance, let's say CNN, you watch CNN, well there's going to be other videos suggested to you to CNN because it wants to keep you on CNN. It wants you to continuously, there's a battle there, like
what is it, like an algorithm thing?
Well, the algorithm has a lot to do with it, but what I'm saying is like that's the battle there.
Yeah.
You have the different social media platforms.
Yeah.
They're all fighting for the mind. They're all fighting for your mind. You know, they spend lots of money on advertisements. They spend lots of money on science to figure out how they can get our attention. But it's really like our attention span is so short. Like it's to the point now where just watching a video isn't good enough. We have to speed it up 2 times and watch it 2 times. And I'm guilty of this. I'm saying this.
We all
of this.
We all are. Yeah.
And it really wakes you up to the reality, and it really is a shameful thing. And we are literally handing over our lives for everything. For instance, people don't want to carry physical books anymore. Everything is digitalized. You have Kindle, which I have a Kindle. You have Kindle. You have books on Amazon. There's all kinds of different places that you can read books online. But nobody wants a physical book anymore. Nobody wants physical CD or albums because it's all digitalized. Everything is literally digitalized. Our wallets are digitalized. Our music is digitalized. Our schooling is digitalized. Our work is digitalized. Literally everything is digitalized. And we have become so comfortable with that.
And that's
terrifying
because once the market of beast comes, then people's gonna be like, well, it's not a big deal, you know.
Well, so think about everything. We have cars that drive themselves. We have cars within the next couple of years that will be in the sky flying, right? They already have some cars that they've produced that are actually flying cars.
Yeah.
We don't have to cook anymore. You know, there's DoorDash, there's Uber, there's all kinds of things that can be delivered to us. Stores are closing rapidly. Target's going to close how many stores this year?
A lot.
Just this year alone. Walmart's closing stores just this year alone. Joann's has gone out of business. A lot of the physical stores are gone. You know, I mean, think about what in 2017, 2018, I don't know, sometime around that. That's when the toy store disappeared.
Toys R Us.
Toys R Us disappeared, right?
Yeah.
Everything is online. Shopping is disappearing. We're doing it all online.
Yeah.
And it's scary because it's not like, because as human beings, it's not like we just use these things every once in a while. This is literally our life now. This is what they're pushing. But you have to ask yourself, what am I sacrificing? What am I giving up for these things? For this comfortability. I mean, college students can't read. I mean, they can read a book, but by the time they're finished with the book, what did they read? You know, they can't narrate it back. You know, they can't, I mean, it's really scary because, you know, a couple of years ago, 2016, the World Economic,
Forum. Yeah.
Yeah, they posted, and I'm sure everybody heard about it, but you will own nothing and be happy. We are literally transitioning into that period right now where we really don't own anything. Everything is digital. Do you think you own anything that's digitalized? It's different when you have a physical book in your hand, but you don't own that book digitalized online.
Now, And look, guys, we don't have nothing against Donald, but Donald's son Eric is trying to push for a digital currency that is trying to step up on crypto. And this is all digitalized. You know, everything is being transformed into a new system. And the America that we once knew, that great empire, that one nation under God, will be transformed. And I do believe there's going to be in men we trust. And so it just, everything is happening right in front of our faces. Not too many people seeing it, but again, those who have eyes to see and ears to hear will understand. The Bible does speak about this. This is again written in the book of Daniel. This is written in scriptures that there will be a new world system being put in place, and another way to separate us from the Holy Spirit. Again, people are so addicted to their phone. The first thing they do when they wake up is go on their phones. It just, it just goes to tell you that the world has found a way to, well, basically slaves.
Yeah.
You want to read some of the comments, babe? Give me a second here, guys. If you can't, give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys.
Thomas Norman says, love you all. Samuel Field says, God we trust.
Amen to that. In God we trust.
I had to put somebody
In timeout.
Well, I had to use it. How do you use it?
Okay.
Spiritual warfare. It definitely is. A lot of places are closing. That's true, Carla.
Yeah, a lot of places are closing. Now, McDonald's, they're going to hire 200-something thousand people. But here's the thing, McDonald's is going to be all like Uber drivers. Uber and DoorDash just picking up food. Everything's going to be digitalized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody said true. Somebody said I've done that myself.
Now, guys, I want to also bring up some, again, we talked about this yesterday, but I talked to my wife about it, and it's really insane where we are right now with the Vatican. So the new Pope was given a ring, and there was like some kind of graven image, supposedly of Peter, the Apostle Peter, holding the keys to the heaven. Now, again, that is, I think that's blasphemous. That is blasphemous, because Jesus hold the key to the heaven, not Peter, the apostle.
Yeah.
All right, so it's idolizing. Absolutely. Hey guys, welcome and thank you so much for tuning in. Someone said about Donald in Saudi Arabia. Well, I wouldn't worry about that. I think Donald is going to the Vatican. Donald, you have a lot of important people are heading to the Vatican, and this is not 100% yet, but they might go to the Vatican to end this war. And I think Putin is also heading to the Vatican, if I'm not mistaken. So they want to end this war. So it seems like they're going to meet with the Pope. And everything's it's just not looking good.
I just want people to really
Yeah.
to think about what's going on around.
Yeah. Now the Pope said that all religious leaders, we need to come together. Guys, not like that. All people need to repent and believe in Christ. Not all religious leaders need to come together. That's just false message. That's a false teacher.
Please don't spam the comments, because if you do, I'm just gonna have to put you in timeout.
Oh, what happened?
You're just repeating the same thing over and over and over. Life is one battle after the other. Carlos says yes, we need to repent.
Someone said, what about the Mahdi? Is that the is that the guy that?
The Mahdi hasn't come yet.
Okay, what is it again?
The Mahdi is basically the Antichrist.
Okay, because when I hear that name, I think about
Well, the Mahdi is the Antichrist, not basically.
okay, because when I hear that name or see that name, the first thing that pops in my head is that guy that said that
I mean,
America.
unless they're talking about him, but he's not the Mahdi. He's just a loony.
Okay, yeah.
A loony bin.
Well, he's the one that said that America is the Antichrist and that he's the true Pope. So,
Here, this is what that person. I just don't want to because I don't know what I can say when I can't. It says yeek.
give me a second here. Where is he? Oh, Yiki. Lewis, do you read it? What I said?
I'm gonna read the top.
Oh, I'm saying Donald is. What? What?
I'd be careful reading it.
Yeah. I got the code words. I got the code. All right, give me a second here. Let me just. I'm saying Donald is preparing Elon and Donald and other people like Jeff, the CEO of Amazon, OpenAI, CEO Sam, and even BlackRock was present in Saudi Arabia investing for AI system.
Well, yeah, they're going to because
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know
yeah.
they're the leaders.
Well, yeah. Here's the thing. I agree with that. AI system is like the beast system. That's that's the way I see it, and I believe that Donald is just being used. Donald is being used. He's just being used. See, Donald, he see like America's the greatest. We want the best of the best, but Donald is playing. And again, they got Donald in the palm of their hand. They're using him, and Donald's gonna be set in a trap. So he doesn't know that he's surrounded by a whole bunch of antichrist spirits. So this AI stuff, I mean, like I say, guys, this is like the new system, and it just everything's gonna be transformed. So and look, guys, I don't think Donald read his Bible. To be honest,
Yeah, I'm sure he doesn't even have them.
he doesn't read his Bible because again, he just look up to the Pope. He's happy that there's a first American Pope. Why should you be happy about that? First of all, he's not a Christian. Uh, you know,
Yeah, but neither is Trump.
yeah.
So
So
it shouldn't really surprise us.
and already they're calling the Pope the Holy Father. The Holy Father, and how many Holy Father is there in on Earth? Jeez,
I didn't know the Holy Father dies that many times.
yeah. But
Not very holy. If you need that many different types of people to supposedly be a Holy Father.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure there's only one Holy Father.
there's only one Holy Father, and he's in heaven. And the one in heaven, he don't see pestilence. He don't get old. He don't know sin.
Somebody said that Abdullah came out as the Mahdi. No, so he's the Abdullah Shaba Shaba Shiba. What's that called?
Okay, go ahead.
He now I mean he's like, oh, I'm the successor of Jesus and Muhammad and blah 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 blah.
Oh,
No,
so
he's just another loony who has a lot of record. Let's say he has a pretty lengthy record here.
yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, it seems like the people love to hear those type of message.
Of course they do, because it's, you know, who was it? Was it Spurgeon who said that there will be a time where the church will be entertained by clowns?
Yeah.
That's what you're seeing. It's all clown work.
I mean, that's again, the church is. I mean, not the true church, but
Remember,
these.
we love theater.
Yeah, I mean, people just are listening to the wrong message, and it just all these people again filling up the church, and they are perverting the gospel, and again they mocking prayers, but people seems like people love hearing that for some reason.
Because we love theater. We're easily entertained. Look at everything that entertains us. That's what it is. It's entertainment. It's not truth. It's just entertainment. It's just, I mean, we're only in this world for a short period of time. So let's entertain ourselves. That's basically the thought behind it. Instead of, being created in the image of God for God's purposes and for God to be that image bearer of God, let's lower ourselves to even lower than the animals and just be entertained our whole entire lives.
Yeah.
It's sad, but that's the reality. That's the world that we live in.
Scary.
It is.
Because a lot of these people don't know they're being deceived, and their destination is not the kingdom of heaven.
And what's scarier is that they don't even realize that they're being deceived. And that's terrifying because it's judgment.
Yeah.
That's God's judgment on these people. That they don't even know that they're being deceived. God is letting them be deceived. That they don't know that because God is judging them. God is giving them over to their heart's desires. So it's like, like we talked about, everybody wants a word. Just read your Bible, But.
So, I was talking about at the very beginning, babe. I was talking about that the U.S. for the first time ever have done a solar emergency drill. How to protect for incoming solar storm because it's getting bad, and there's a massive black hole on the sun.
It's very easy.
Yeah.
The sun and all the stuff that's happening.
Yeah.
Because we live in Florida. In Florida, this year is going to be one of the hottest years that we've experienced.
Yeah, we need to get out of here. We need to move.
Last summer, I mean, no matter where you go, but last summer was extremely high.
Oh yeah.
Okay? So, from 11 in the morning until about 4 is really when you should be inside. If you have animals, if you garden, waking up early, or waiting until the sun starts to set when it's not the hottest. That's one. Making sure that you have plenty of water, making sure that you're drinking at least every 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Cold water. And if you're outside where the sun is hitting you, get an umbrella. Put an umbrella over you. You can also put, what are they? Washcloths with water and put them in the freezer. I do something. I take that. Remember, you see, I have that fan out in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Put a fan out in the kitchen.
You took my fan.
Well,
you took my fan. I'm like, where is my fan?
It's a good fan.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I mean, it is what it is. The world is constantly changing. That's the reality. You can't change it. You can't stop it. What you can do is just prepare as much as possible.
Yeah.
But I also think that as long as you're doing those things, staying hydrated, not being outside for too long, I think in reality everything.
Yeah, guys, today it was so hot. I mean, it's not even summer, all right? So it was like almost 100 degrees out here. It's just brutal. Any comments, babe?
Where on earth will this solar flare hit with intense heat?
I'm sorry, what?
Where on earth will the solar flare hit with intense heat? Treva's asking.
It depends. It depends where the blast of the solar flare pointing at. But the solar again, this solar flare, it does hit like the northern part. Let's say Canada, those regions up there that sees a lot of the auroras, borealis auroras. But yeah, it seems like most of the entire planet is the one that's getting hit. Because again, you have satellites are being impacted. You had a blackout outages going on in Spain, and so there's very great concerns going on. There's a lot of stuff that we're not being told, but I do believe the astronauts are the first one to put out the message, the warning that is getting really bad.
Yeah, I mean, you just gotta remember a couple things. One, this is not new. The Earth has always done this since the very beginning of time.
We're talking about the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the sun affects the Earth. It affects.
Oh yeah.
And I say the Earth because a lot of people think that this is something new due to that makes
Yeah.
that situation. But it's not. You know, this is something that happens. The world, one, the Bible tells us that the world cries out, right?
Yeah.
You know, we brought sin into this world, so the world cries out, and it's constantly changing. It's doing what it was created to do.
Yeah.
So it's not something to be like fearful. It's just something to make sure that you are being smart, you know, and doing everything that you need to.
Someone said Florida's too hot.
Oh, it's too hot for me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, it's too hot. But yeah, Texas is going to be 105 today. I think it's going to be really hot. 105. Texas, like, again, 105 to them is like 110.
So it's going to hit more directly in the northern region, but we'll all feel it. I think we all are definitely going to feel it.
The entire planet, yeah.
But it also depends too, I think, on where you live. You know, like Florida's always hot. We are tropical. We're swamp. The humidity is really bad because Florida is a swamp. That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
So I think depending, you know, where you are, I think if you are in a place where you get more of like, you know, cold and it's not tropical like us, it's going to be a little bit easier on you.
Yeah. Well, you know, we've been experiencing a lot of headaches, and that was.
Imagine being in Arizona with this.
Yeah, that was happening during the time of the solar flare, me and my wife. And there were a lot of Floridians reporting headaches. All right, so we've been having these headaches, but it's gone away. But it happened last week, and it was brutal. It's like this pounding headache. And, you know, it was at the time that the sun released the powerful solar storm. Now, remember, our brain is very powerful. Very powerful. And it's like, you know, what do you call that? Electron? No, it's not electron. But our brain
Neurons?
is, huh?
Neurons?
Yeah. Again, our brain.
Our brain is electric. It's electric. We have electrons. Neurons.
Yeah, we have electron, and our brain is so powerful. This is why they want to inject many people with the chip. All right, so they want to install chip in people's brain, because again, that's where the power is at.
Chief engineer Steve says, and it's true. That's another thing that you can do is sleep during the day. Because during the day, when you're sleeping, you actually become more cooler because your heart is slowing down. You're becoming more relaxed. So if it's really hot during those days where it's really, really hot, taking a nap and sleeping is actually going to also be a good thing you can do.
Yeah, that's good. But yeah, so if you could take a nap, you could take a nap. I know a lot of people that work in a warehouse. Louis, I can't take a nap, but if you find a space like underneath the racks and just build like a barrier and just hire yourself on a boss, you'll take a 5-minute nap. I'm kidding. Who's that? My wife. What is that? Jessica must be a. Someone asked, Jessica must be a nurse. No.
No, but I should be. As many times as I have to go to the hospital and everything.
I told her to go for like a school teacher. I mean, you.
No. I homeschool my children. That's enough for me, trust me.
She'd be a good principal or a probation officer.
Probation officer.
Yeah.
I like what I do being home. Raising my kiddos.
She'd be a good probation officer. Yeah, so.
No, I like being home.
Okay.
I like doing my womanly things, okay?
So who's that? Mr. Mrs. say, what's good, Louis and Jessica?
Hello, thanks for joining.
Chief Engineer Steve said, homeschool. Yeah. My wife does a homeschool, and she does an incredible job.
I do a lot. I am a lady with many hats.
Yep. We were thinking adopting a child soon in the future. There are so many young ones out there that need a home.
I don't know the future. Probably maybe like in a couple years.
Yeah, well, that's the future. So,
yeah, but you're like near future. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You're on probation, Louis. Some of those sense.
Oh, jeez. I'm in a doghouse.
Thomas Wilkerson says, "That will always stay tuned to you, Lewis. I live in Houston, and you always get the Houston, Texas news."
All right. Thank you so much for the kind words and support. Yeah.
Same in I need my glasses. Same in Arizona as Texas with AC.
Yeah, my twin brother, he lives out there in Arizona. He lives out there in Arizona. He works for big companies, so
I
yeah.
could not live in Arizona.
Yeah.
Arizona's desert. That's worse than Florida, right? I mean, maybe not, because Florida's swamp, which is humidity, and humidity is really what gets you.
Well, yeah, it depends which part of Arizona you live at.
Does it have like
Yeah.
high humidity?
Jeez, we've been live for almost 50 minutes. My.
Carla says, "I am in the nursing field. I am just picking up on her."
Yeah, my daughter's in the nursing field too. So, yeah.
Sort of, but
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you for what you do.
Yeah,
I couldn't
thank
do
you so
it,
much.
But I tell you, doctors, nurses, you people who work in the medical field, you
Yeah.
guys deserve a lot of credit.
Yeah.
Arizona heat is ridiculous. Yeah, desert. So, I mean, very, very hot. You guys think got it worse?
I have no idea.
And scorpions? Oh, no. I mean, actually, I would take scorpions over these brown widows and black widows and any kind of spider anytime.
You will regret that, woman.
No. I'm not scared of snakes and scorpions and things like that.
Yeah.
But I am terrified of spiders. No?
I had a scorpion and a tarantula, so yeah.
They're crazy.
Scorpions are alright, but if you mess with them, I mean, they just, yeah. I love you, Lewis and wife. Thank you. Thank you so much, Michelle, for the kind words.
Snowbirds head here to escape the winter. Yeah. Older people, too. They don't like, snowbirds, older people, they do not like the cold. I love the cold. Let me put it this way. It's so hot and our air conditioning doesn't work, except for the little air conditionings that we have in these rooms, and
Yeah.
in the kids' rooms and our room.
Yeah.
And I will never, ever, 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 ever complain about the cold.
Yeah.
Okay? I love the cold.
Well, guys,
Freezing temperatures any day.
we got that AC because that AC up there is not working. All right, so I had to get 2 AC units, and then I have to get 2 more. But these AC units, they go for like, they're pretty expensive now. I don't know because of the tariffs or stuff like that. But yeah, we got 2 for like $350, I think.
No, it was like 400.
400?
450.
What? Oh my! Are you sure?
Yeah.
Jeez. Man, I got some bad memories. I don't know, guys. I just grabbed the AC, put it in the car, and just put it in my truck. But I got to get 2 more because it was hot. It was hot. So, yeah,
It was cooler outside.
Yeah.
Than in here.
Yeah, I mean, we went outside. It was a lot breezy, and inside the house was like an oven. So, but we got this AC in this room, and it works. So, yeah, it's like, it's really cool in here, but when you go out in the living room, it's like an oven. Yeah, so our AC got messed up, and we just got this house too. So
Those air conditioners are expensive nowadays. Yes, they are. Tomorrow's supposed to be hotter and breaking temps. Yeah, tomorrow's
please.
supposed to be
Yeah,
hotter
please.
than it was.
Please don't remind me.
I will tell you this. The good thing about it is, one, you lose weight. Okay?
I'm not trying to lose weight.
And 2, you also get rid of a lot of toxins. Okay? Because the more you sweat, the more you're sweating out toxins. So that is a good thing there. And we got the
Wait.
hose. We got free water. We got a well. We got a hose.
We should get a pool. A swimming pool.
Aw, thank you, Mr. for the AC.
Who was that?
Mr. He did the super chat for $10.
Thank you so much for that, for the AC. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm thinking about getting a swimming pool. And a Walmart has those really good ones.
Yeah.
So yeah,
For the spiders and things, we use what is the one? It's non-toxic.
I use a
spray.
newspaper.
No, you don't.
I use.
Never want to do that. Never want to kill spiders by stepping on them or squishing them because
That's a wolf spider.
No,
Yeah.
no, not just wolf spiders. A
Yeah.
lot of spiders carry their babies on their back. So if you squish them, guess what? All of those babies are also going to go all over. But we use that. It's the one that does, like, smells like no. Oh. It's the one that's better for the atmosphere or for the climate and everything.
Lionel?
No. You spray it. It smells like cinnamon and something like the.
Oh man.
It's like spider ant roach thing, but it's like, I don't know. It's like a newer thing.
Is it that white bottle we got last time? The white can?
Clear.
Yeah. So
it said the more you sweat, the more you lose vitamins and minerals. So absolutely. So refill on vitamin, mineral supplements, electrolytes like a lemon juice. You can also make it's like Gatorade, but it doesn't have all that crap in there. It's like starts with an M. You use like the it's got full of electrolytes, but it's kind of like a Gatorade thing.
Okay.
But you can make it. It's very easy, very easy. Well, no, there's something. It's something you add in it that starts with an M.
Hey, Mike Baseman, how you doing, brother?
In the army, I had to sleep with spiders. Nope, I would not make it in the army.
They won't do nothing to you. I mean,
yes, you will. Are you serious? Yes, they will.
Go to Australia. Now, those spiders would do something to you.
I'm good.
You got the banana spider and the funnel spider, and they have the Goliath spider, the big ones that eat birds. They bigger than my hand. Those things are huge. Goliath. Look it up.
I'm good.
Look it up.
I'm good.
Goliath spider. You could actually pre-order them. You can order them. And they send it to you in this box, and so you open it up, and there's another box, and they have like styrofoam in it, and you just remove everything, and it's in there alive.
Sambo says move to the western part of Virginia. I was actually born in Suffolk, Virginia. I kind of wouldn't mind moving to Virginia.
Yeah.
The only problem I have is that it's a Democrat state.
Oh, again, I don't care. I don't care if it's a Democrat or Republican, as long as we pray for the state. Yeah.
I do, because different laws.
Yeah.
You know, different things. Like Florida has stand your ground. I don't know what it is like in Virginia. Stand your ground and things like that. But I do love how Virginia looks. Virginia is very pretty, especially with like the houses and the buildings that have a lot of bricks. I love the brick home.
What's that place we went to in Virginia? It was in Tyson Avenue, not too far from Washington, D.C.
So nice.
Yeah, we stayed at that hotel, and I remember they were playing that movie. I mean, all that baby crab stuff, and good times. Good times.
Come to Texas. It's still hot. I want seasons.
Yeah.
I want where I'm like, because Florida is just always hot. I want seasons and mountains. I miss the mountains. I like swamp. Only Northern Virginia near DC is Democrat. The rest of Virginia is Democrat. Oh. Okay. I didn't know that.
Well, now you know.
Now I know.
You know, just like St. Pete.
Now I'm educated.
Yeah, St. Pete, that's a Democrat.
Oh, yeah.
St. Pete's Democrat.
Oh, yes. Definitely.
Tampa's like mixed.
I was in Florida last summer. The heat is different down there. It is. People in Florida are built differently.
I think the heat in New Jersey is a lot worse because the humidity.
No.
At least here we have the breeze. Like you could go like under a tree and it's breeze. But if you go to New Jersey, it's like
salty breeze.
But in New Jersey, the heat and the humidity is like hitting a brick wall.
Florida.
Yeah.
Might have a breeze.
Yeah.
But Florida's also got salt. We're very salty. Our humidity is extremely high. Florida is going to be worse in the humidity than New Jersey. Okay, we're a swamp,
Yeah.
right next to the ocean, the beach. I mean, even I go outside and it's just all sand.
Yeah, pretty soon we're gonna go to the beach, guys. And are we taking the dogs with us? Yeah, we're gonna throw the dogs in the water. So they have a separate beach for animals, and people bring their dogs. I haven't seen no one bring their cats, but so a lot of people bring their dogs, and we have a pit bull, and he's so scared to get into the water, so we have to grab him. So,
You know, the
yeah.
Alaska has the highest humidity levels.
Really? Wow.
Its average relative humidity is 77.1%, over 2.5% more than Florida. We are number 2. Let's see if New Jersey, good old New Jersey, is on this list.
Good old New Jersey.
No. No. Vermont's there. Maine's there.
New Jersey?
No, New Jersey's not there.
Really? That's really messed up.
No.
All right, guys, I think we're going to end this here. But if you can, just give that thumbs up before we end this. Hold on. The wife has something else she wants to say.
Can you just briefly, for those who just joined, even though you're getting off, can you just briefly summarize what the video was about, like what was going on with the sun?
Okay, so the U.S. Has started a solar emergency drill because of the sun, the solar storm. So you have FEMA, Department of Homeland Security, and you have I believe the National Weather Service, or the NOAA, is coming together and preparing for this solar emergency drill. So they're preparing for worst case scenario, possibly power grids, satellites, blackout, outages. It goes to tell you that we are definitely preparing for really bad stuff. So what happened in Spain and what's going on with all these power grids, it seems like US Gov is trying to prepare for something big. And just like the U.S. general in California said that the governments need to prepare, but they also need to prepare their citizens, the people. And so someone posted a video. I don't know if it was Canadian Prepper. Oh no, it was I forget his name. Full Spectrum something. He posted a video and he said it's time to live off grid because of the war and because of the grid. Huh?
No, I'm just saying.
Well, you don't want to live off grid?
I do, but I don't think. First of all, not everybody is meant to live off grid.
Yeah.
I think. Yes, there's a lot of things that are dangerous and a lot of things that are happening.
Yeah.
But yes, prepare in the ways that you should, making sure you have enough food and things like that. But you should be doing that stuff regardless because of, natural disasters and things, which is more likely to happen than, the very end things that'll happen. But not everybody is meant to live off grid. I feel like by saying that, it puts this fear for people who can't do that, oh my goodness, what's going to happen to me and this and that. I mean, as for Christians, as a Christian content channel and family, I think it's better, as Christians to let everybody know that yes, prepare and everything, but don't be afraid.
Yeah. Well, yeah, don't be afraid.
You don't have to live off grid to be safe. You can be safe in other ways than just living off grid. Because what about those people who say, well, I don't have money to live off grid. I can't live off grid. I will make it off grid, Well,
we don't live off grid either. But again, people that say that, again, are people that have money. And, it just, I've seen a lot of people with, building bunkers and stuff like that. We don't have bunkers, but again, our bunker is heaven. But God will protect His people, those who are living
I
in
don't
the
think you're live
city.
anymore.
Huh?
I don't think you're live anymore,
I'm not live.
right?
Yeah.
That was weird. It went
Okay.
off.
Okay. There you go. Full spectrum survival. Thank you so much. Yeah. Full spectrum survivor. Thank you so much. Yep.
That was weird.
Yep. Full spectrum survivor. He posted that video. I think it was yesterday, and I really, really, really enjoy his content. But yeah. So the story. I mean, at the very beginning, I did talk about the solar flare. So it was about the sun. The solar flare is really, again, the sun is increasing and releasing massive solar flare. So the U.S. is only preparing for grid, uh, preparing for like blackouts and stuff like that. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but again, we have seen what happened in Spain. So I guess the U.S. is getting ready, like getting stuff prepared for worst case scenario. All right. So does this mean that the sun is going to blow up? No, I don't think so. Not now. Scripture is not fulfilled yet. I mean, but Second Peter mentioned that the heaven elements will burn with fire. And again, I'm not trying to spook no one, but you know, John MacArthur said it best. In the very beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. At the very end, God will uncreate it. He mentioned that Second Peter, that the heaven elements, the universe, will burn with fire, completely be wiped out. It will be totally gone, erased.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, like I said, it's definitely important to, make sure that you're prepared. And I'm not talking about like going to the extreme, prepared and all that stuff, but prepare as much as you possibly can for anything.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the stuff that we talk on this channel is not telling people to be scared, but telling people like this is what's going on. Pay attention to it.
Yeah.
Be prepared in all the ways that you can. But at the end of the day, don't be scared. Don't think like, oh, if I don't have what they have, I'm not gonna do well. Because you will, So.
Yeah. Aiming for wisdom too said it's full spectrum survival, but it's always the same for years. He's always saying, "I'm leaving now." I like him. He's alright. So, um, all the preppers out there, New York prepper. Big shout out to Greg. Big shout out to Canadian prepper. All the preppers out there, you know, off the grid with Paul and Adrian. Big shout out to Paul. And yeah. All right, guys. We're gonna end it here, but thank you so much for tuning in. And again, please give this video a thumbs up. We almost at 300. Babe, you gave a thumbs up to my video?
No.
You no thumbs up? You're supposed to be the first to say, I'm gonna give a thumbs up to my husband. No thumbs up. That's the first thumbs up in like 10 years. I see there was spraying in Central Florida early evening.
Does YouTube,
Huh?
does YouTube only give you a certain amount of time that you can stream and then it shuts it off or no?
Yeah, when you pass 10 hours. Yeah, Steve Luckner had to do it 3 times. So, Steve Luckner goes live, and sometimes he goes live for like 20 hours straight. I don't know how he does it, but man, the man works hard. Steve Luckner, the man really, really goes live. Peace and blessing, Lois and Jessica. Thank you so much, Carla. Aiming for wisdom too. Thank you so much for the emojis and the hearts and the flowers. Donna Smith said, thank you, Lois and Jessica. God bless you and yours. Okay, so I'm going to end it right here, guys. But thank you so much for tuning in. I got to go make another video. But have a good night. And God bless to every single one of you. Till next time later. Peace.